past. The present. And now the future. This is PPF, the Premier Promo Federation.
So tell me, do you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night? Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't go down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. That's what we call these renegades in the ring. Where the lights get found and we
Ladies and gentlemen, we are just 24 hours away from PPF's biggest show of the year. And when I'm talking about biggest show of the year, it's really the biggest show of the year. Welcome to the Promoversary pre-show. I am your host, the voice of PPF, Justin Smith, at your service. And tonight we're gonna run down the card, what you're gonna expecting tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, live on the PPF network. But I'm usually not alone. Tonight it's something special. I want to bring out a guy who's been dominant as a champion, who's been really dominating the main event scene. We will also talk about him later tonight, but also he will talking with me about those matches. Please welcome the gunslinger, Tommy Ford.
Hey, how's it going, Justin? I'm happy to be here finally.
Hey, I'm glad you answered the call. I mean, it's something new. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, old school. Shout outs to you. He's always a great host with me on the pre and the main show, but we need something new and fresh. So
They called me up. They said, hey, I have a little business to attend to. Would you mind filling in for me? I said, sure. So the show must go on. I'm here. Let's get to it.
Definitely. We have not one, not two, not five, not six matches. We have 8 matches on the card. And I already talked about it. It's the biggest show of the year. It will happen on YouTube tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I cannot wait. Should we talk about these matches?
Let's get to it. I'm ready.
Definitely. We've got, first one, the Forgotten One versus Jay Sick. The winner will face the Law for the television championship.
You know, both of these guys I've known for quite a while, all the way going back to the BTB days. And, you know, the Forgotten One, I mean, he's had some rough patches. He's coming off of that Resolute Championship loss to Omega, his own brother in War. So we have to figure out if there's going to be a little bit of a break, a fraction, if you will, a crease down the middle in War. And then Jay Sick, he's recently new. Well, he's not recently new. He's recently new to some of the people that are here, but he actually is in HHE. So we're going to see if Jay can get the job done, or if the Forgotten One is going to bounce back from his loss. But I think that Jay is going to have this one in the bag. He's HHE, so I do have a really good feeling that Jay is going to walk out as the victor in this one.
That's true. Both of them are former champions. The Forgotten One, you already mentioned it, former Resolute champion. And Jay Sick, he is a former international champion. The biggest question is, for me, is Jay Sick gonna do the right thing and does not, and I mean, I repeat myself, does not make any fatal mistake in those kind of matches, because I know the HHE, they want all the gold, they want all the glance, the fame, and all the rest of it. So if J6 do not make a fatal mistake there, I see him as the winner. So all I can say is this is going to be a tough one for the judges. This is definitely going to be a tough one. But I cannot wait to see that match. I mean, it's title contention, and both of them are hungry, and I mean really hungry. But since like J6, you already mentioned this, joining the Heavy Hitters Enterprise, I think J6 is more hungrier than ever before.
Yeah, with the HHE doing what we do and him being a member, it doesn't happen often. I think that Jay is going to come out real prepared this time. He's made some fatal mistakes before, but I think that him being added to the HHE is only going to motivate him to really go after some gold here and to almost end 2026. So we're going to see a lot more improvement from Jay for sure.
That's true. That's true. Next match, we have the Purge taking on Brooks. The winner will get a chance of the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Ooh. I mean, I give you the word on this one.
I competed against both. Brooks and I actually have a long distance rivalry going all the way back to BTB when he first started out, and him and I have had this rivalry going for a long time. But here's the question: what side of Brooks are we going to get? Are we going to get the calm, cool, collected Brooks? Are we going to get the Brooks that comes out in the fighting style, or are we going to see a darker side because he can do all these different characters? Brooks is just the vessel, and then it's going to be up to his creativity. His creativity, I feel like, is one of the best in PPF. He's had the dark side character for a really long time, and he's ran very well with that. But Purge is starting to be on the uprise. He's starting to bounce back. So is it going to throw off Brooks's momentum now that there's a darker side of Purge starting to come out and they're going to butt heads? Is that going to mesh well when Brooks steps to the plate, or is the Purge finally going to be motivated to bounce back and get that victory?
I definitely agreeing on this one, especially since Purge was really this close to be the first television champion there. I mean, something told me in his hype that he pointed a trap on Brooks and Brooks fell to it. So I think we see a technicality versus the unpredictable. So I don't know what to say about this, but I can tell about this. Tomorrow night, this will kick off Promoversary 2026. That is one thing for sure. This will kick off Promoversary. But
if you want my honest opinion, I think that we're just gonna keep this rivalry going. I see Purge getting the victor in this one. And Brooks, if you're listening, I need you to really pay close attention. Did you really think that the rivalry was going to be over with? You better get this victory, because if not, who's to say that you're going to have to go back to the bottom again?
Ooh, harsh words there, harsh words. I mean, oh, damn. I wasn't expecting this. Coming up next, we have Sheamus taking on Bam Bam, a new guy who's making his debut on the granddaddy of them all.
Bam Bam's coming out hot, locked and loaded and ready to go. Bam Bam's been showing that not only is he new to PPF, but he's just on the uprise and it's going to continue to keep rising. We all have to start somewhere. I started in BTB like the rest of the other guys did. And Bam Bam, even though that he's new, he's been Kelvic high. He's been dropping hype after hype after hype after hype, combating what Sheamus is doing. Sheamus has to keep in mind, he can't just keep coming out here and calling himself a legend, because now he's going up against new competition that's already locked, loaded, and ready to go, and he's HHE too as well. So Bam Bam's going to be coming out with that HHE mentality of what we always do. He didn't care about who it was. He wanted competition from the start. So we're going to see if Sheamus has anything ready and prepared for Bam Bam. I see Bam Bam coming out the victor in this one. And this is just going to be the start. I see him climbing that ladder and getting a championship here in the next couple of months.
Ooh. I mean, I did my homework with Bam Bam. I mean, I'm like the voice of PPF. I'm doing like everything with like pre-show and main show. And when I first saw him, and then I saw the match, I'm always making my notes here on this phone. Like actually, I definitely can see that this will be. And I mean, here is a bold prediction. If you mind. Here is a bold predictions. I say we get a clean sweep on his debut match. 3-0. Because Sheamus, I don't mind. I really don't mind because he was a former international champion. He had great matches and great promos. But he is nowhere, and I mean really nowhere nearby, to a Bam Bam who's making his debut just 24 hours away. Simple.
He's a former champion. He's going to have to step his game up and prove why he's a former champion and a quote-unquote legend of PPF. He's going to have to come out here and just try to prove why he not only is a former champion, but why his status is what he says it is. But I don't think that it's going to matter. I think that I'm in the same boat as you, Justin. It's going to be a 3-0 sweep. Bam Bam gets the victor in this one.
Definitely. I really agree on this one. Then we have one more match to go before we heading into our little commercial break. And this one, I'm really excited about this. This is our Champions Challenge. The pure hardcore champion, Kurt Adams, taking on the PPF television champion, The Law. Oh boy! Wow!
Former friends going up against one another. You know, you had The Law coming out here, and he's the TV champion. He's trying to prove why his division should be where it should be. And then you got Kurt Adams, the Backbone, and he's actually lived up to his name, the Backbone. It wasn't just a month ago. He defeated not only myself, but he also defeated Kurt Brooks to retain the Pure Hardcore Championship. So he not only overcame that, he defeated two former champions in the span of one night. So I think that this is just the beginning. It's going to be close. I see it going 3-2. The Backbone, Kurt Adams retains. However,
I have to clarify this. This is a champion versus champion non-title match. I call this a Champions Challenge there, so no problem.
However, I do see that I think that The Law will be having some eyes set on his championship. So we're going to see after Promoversary who his opponent is going to be for his championship.
You said something that it was in my notes in it. Because the fact of the matter is that we have a champion versus champion match there, the Champions Challenge, to see who is the dominant champion, who has the bragging rights to call themselves the better champion there. I mean, Law is in this match, full focus, 100%. I don't mind it. But on the other hand, in his back, He knows that he has to defend his title. While on the other hand, we don't know if Kurt Adams has an opponent yet. The management doesn't told me anything there yet. But if I know something, everybody would know it too. So, on the other hand, we have Kurt Adams. He had an incredible year since he came back. He defeated not only you and Brooks to retain the title, but he was the one, besides you, to dethrone a Brett Jacobs, a legend in this game.
Yep.
So, since then, he proves why he is the pure hardcore champion. So my money, even though it will be a 2-1, because I know the law will get a fight and the judges will appreciate that, I think Kurt Adams will take this one and calls himself the rightful dominant champion.
I agree.
So that was the first half of it. We have to pay bills. We have to roll some commercials, and we will be right back with the second half of the Promoversary pre-show.
Are you tired having AI ruin your picture? Then contact now JD Designs on Facebook. I can boost your design and make people happy with a smile. I make everything what you need, from belts to videos to logos. Contact me now today to get your order.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. And it's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see it getting closer? Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's a preacher in the pulpit and you find devotion.
We are back to the Promoversary pre-show. I'm still Justin Smith alongside with the gunslinger Tommy Ford here. And we already had struggles in the first half. Like for real. There is some great matches there. And if you haven't catch up with that, just go back with the video on demand and watch us to do some pre-show analytics and get our heads effed up there. But I gotta already say it like this: the second half got I always said the GD word here. It's PG, but yeah.
Don't get yourself fired from the pre-show, Justin.
Again. But GD, what a second half of Promoversary we have there. And kicking things off will be the Resolute Heavyweight Championship on the line. Omega, the champion. Big Sweet, the challenger. Ooh.
You know, this is one match where this is going to be the first match of the second half of the card that's going to elevate every single match. And this match is going to set the tone for not only this match, but the matches leading up to the main event. And I think that both of these guys are going to tear the house down. It's going to be close, but I think that Omega is going to retain. And here's the reason why.
Ooh.
The only reason I say that is because Big Sweet has been gone for quite a while. This is not knocking Big Sweet, but he has something to prove. He's hungry. But Omega, man, ever since reclaiming that championship, I honestly think that he's going to get the job done.
Big Sweet is indeed a legend in this game. Not only with his late great brother Little Sweet, he won a lot of titles, but Also, as a singles competitor, he won a lot of championships there. I mean, he was the former undisputed international champion before he had to relinquish it. He done really a lot of things. Former world champion, former blueprint champion, this and that. This list goes on and on and on. But then we have Omega, who is now a two-time Resolute champion. He defeated a lot of guys, and I mean really a lot of guys. And guys, if you've seen this at home, take a sip because I hate to be a judge on this one. Indeed. Indeed. I want to
Now,
see.
I know that Omega is going to be here and he's going to watch this and he's going to be like, oh crap, the gunslinger actually recognizes what I do. You just wanted me to hear your name. I am switching my vote. We have a new champion. Big Sweet is going to come out on top. Talk about a swerve.
Damn, that's a swerve there, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, I'm gonna say it like this. I leave this upon to you out there, guys, to vote actually who's gonna win. So let us know what you think. Type it in the comments, type it in the chat. We read everything. Because I gotta be fair with that. I wanna sit down, relax, and just watch that damn match. Point it out. This is how confident I am with that.
I agree.
Like so. Yeah. We're gonna move on. Oh, and this is personal at its best. When we talk about Old School, he is in a match. Old School, Sarge, 30 days of silence match if Sarge loses. Ooh, this one is personal as fuck.
Both of these gentlemen from the start of whenever this match came about, they have been going nonstop. Sarge has been trying his best to get the better of Old School. I've known the man for 9 years. That man is on go 24/7, 365. There's not a time where he does stop. The only time that I've ever seen him stop if something, serious has ever came up. But as opposed to that, I don't think that Sarge has the capability to pull off what Old School has done for the game. And the 30 Days of Silence match is a nod to not only myself, but Brett Jacobs in our first ever match when we first started in this game. So I have to tip my hat to Old School for that one. Old School 3-0 sweep.
So my notes does said one big specific thing. Personal at its best. And I love it. You see both guys have the hatred in their eyes. But here comes the massive but on this one. Does Sarge really want to have this W so damn badly? Because in my personal opinion, I am not seeing this yet. I'm seeing this more in Old School than in Sarge itself. And that says something. I said around 2 hours, and I mean really 2 hours on my notes, and I was thinking, who does really have this, no pun intended on their eye of a tiger there? I'm gonna say it like this. It reminds me of Rocky IV, where we have Ivan Drago taking on Apollo Creed, and Apollo Creed goes down, and Ivan Drago wins. And this is what reminds me exactly. And I'm going with you there. 3-0, clean sweep, Old School wins. But I gotta say it like this, Sarge will need to get a fight.
I think that Sarge is just too focused on the W that he's not really seeing the clear picture around him. And that's going to show come match day, for sure.
exactly like in Rocky 4. Apollo Creed thought he had the clear picture against his opponent, and apparently he fell down.
Yep.
This is the final thing what I can say, but we are now in the co-main event of this show. The Junior Heavyweight Championship match. And this one is a good old classic there. Malice taking on Chris like Chuck Norris. The man.
Both
Woo!
of these gentlemen have been telling a story for quite some time, and it is entertaining to watch. You have Chris like Chuck Norris, who feels like that he's owed something from a long time ago with the Junior Heavyweight Championship. He feels like that he is due. He feels like that this is his time now. He feels like that this is the right moment. But then you have Malice, who is still a strong champion, who's been holding down the junior heavyweight division ever since winning it from AA Aladonis. So I feel like that Malice gets the victory in this one. It's going to be close. It's going to be a 2-1, but I see Malice actually getting the victory in this one and retaining his junior heavyweight championship.
I've got one thing on my notes, and it says top 3 match of the night. Pointed out. Because this one, I gotta say it like this, I'm gonna be confident that Norris is getting 1 vote, but not 2. And here's the reason why. Last year at Promoversary, we saw the unified title match being defended there. And Malice was the champion back then. And he defended it with pride and honor. It was always 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. Except, here comes my statics, except against the Purge. He went 2-1 on this one. So, is Norris going to be the second one who's going to go 2-1 against Malice? Who knows? Only time will tell. But I gotta say it like this. I'm gonna give you a question there. If Malice retains, and we have the opening match, Purge versus Brooks, who do you think is gonna face Malice next?
If you want my honest opinion,
Go ahead.
and this is going to be the biggest FU to Brooks, because I know he's going to be listening. The Purge is going to be facing Malice for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. How's that for you, Brooks?
Ooh. Now, this is what I call bold prediction. Okay, for a little shaker out there. Now, here comes the part where we are on the main event. And this one, I'm most looking forward to this one. You Gunslinger versus the Rising Sun. Unified Championship on the line. And one thing my notes said, and maybe you're gonna agree with me on this one. Too close to call. 4 simple words, 1 meaning. Too close to call. Because you Gunslinger and Rising Sun are both on a level where I have to say I cannot decide a winner on this. Just because that both of yours accomplishments and legacies are like that damn big that it is on the same balance, if you can call this, on a main event like this. And if that will close out the show 100%, one thing for sure is that will close out the show. But for a simple reason, and that is that it is too close to call. And take another sip. because I hate, and I really hate to be a judge on this one.
Man, you know, going back to when the Rising Sun called me out, all I wanted to do was how can we elevate the story from what happened the last time that him and I fought? I didn't really felt like that I truly gave it my best. If we're being honest, I didn't really feel that I put out the best performance possible. That's just my personal opinion. I thought to myself, how can we elevate this to truly make it a main event that people are going to remember? I called out the old Rising Sun to show everybody that not only can you take two guys, put them together into a main event, but when it's brother versus brother, when there's the biggest prize on the line, let's try to make this main event worthwhile. Let's tell a story that people will be invested in. And I felt like that throughout the whole time, we did that. And I have to give props to the Rising Sun. He brought out the very best in what I had. I really feel like that when you guys watch this main event, that we gave it everything that we truly had. And hopefully we put out a good product to where it's enjoyable to everyone that can sit back and go, man, for a main event for Promoversary, that was a damn good show. And we can close it out with a bang. And that's exactly what we did. I had a lot of fun tearing it down with my brother. I've seen him. I was shoulder to shoulder with him for 2.5 years, and he's been running up and down the PPF for competition. He's beat me before, and that's the story. He's beat me before, but can the gunslinger show some attention to the point where it's like, okay, even though that he lost, how does he keep coming back? How does he keep on trying to prove himself, knowing that he just got beat the last time? Can he show out and try to overcome that? Or will it get the better of him when the Rising Sun steps on screen? Because if you remember, close to the very end, when we both just stopped hyping, the gunslinger was a little bit too in on capturing the unified title that he didn't see the clear picture. So is that going to affect the gunslinger going into the main event? We'll have to find out.
Definitely. And there is one thing what we can do to find that out is to tune in tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, live on the PPF network to catch Promoversary 2026. Thank you for your time, Gunslinger. I really appreciate it. And all I can say is, if you do miss Promoversary, then go F yourself, because this is going to be the greatest show that we're going to see tomorrow night. Because I am your host, the voice of PPF, Justin Smith. That was Gunslinger, and we will see you all in 24 hours. Don't miss the action. See you then. I'm signing out.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind,